Businessman Glenn Lall criticizes Vice President Bharrat Jagdeo for lack of transparency in oil and gas sector. Businessman and civil society advocate Glenn Lall has voiced strong criticism against Vice President Bharrat Jagdeo, accusing him of repetitive weekly press conferences and failing to address crucial issues within the oil and gas sector, among other national concerns. During his weekly radio program last week, Lall expressed his frustration with Jagdeo's press conferences, stating, "Last week, he had a 2-hour press conference. I didn't play it because it's the same dal on the fire. He just keeps tying it, stirring and stirring." Lall highlighted that the VP's weekly discussions consistently revolve around topics like 12 new hospitals, Rickford Burke, Kaider News, letter writers, columnists, roads, schools, Nigel Hughes, the media, opposition never got a plan, bridges, PNC, but neglect key issues such as oil and gold. Lall accused Jagdeo, the chief policymaker of the oil and gas sector, of evading questions on these critical topics. He pointed out Jagdeo's reluctance to disclose documents related to the gas-to-shore project, despite repeated inquiries from both Kaider News and the opposition. Every week, Kaider News asks Bharrat Jagdeo when he will make the project documents public or lay them in Parliament. He sends reporters to Gail Teixeira, who says she knows nothing about it. He sends them to Vikram Bharrat, who also has nothing to say, Lall stated, alleging that Jagdeo is hiding the documents because of the gangsterism wrapped up in that $3 billion project. Lall, who is also the publisher of Kaider News, criticized the escalating costs of the gas-to-shore project and questioned its feasibility. No feasibility study, no press conference on the subject matter. The price doubled, and it is still feasible? Jagdeo pulled that feasible out of thin air. That's another white elephant that will hang Guyanese for the so-called cheap electricity, he said. Furthermore, Lall highlighted Jagdeo's failure to update the public on the current state of the country's oil reserves. For the past 2 years, Kaider News has been requesting this information. Lall recounted Jagdeo's inconsistent responses regarding the estimated oil discoveries. First, he told the nation the discoveries were substantial but not significant. Then he said ExxonMobil is busy making money and doesn't have time to count how much oil they found. Finally, he said counting is a long process, Lall explained. Lall noted that it wasn't until international analytics company S&P Global estimated the country's reserves at almost 19 billion barrels that Jagdeo promised an update. When Kaider News published that story and Jagdeo had nowhere to run or hide, he promised to update us within a week. A week has come and gone, and we are still waiting for him to release the figures, telling us how much oil Exxon has found to date, Lall concluded.